Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desitari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Namaste. Greetings to all of you. This morning we're going to continue working through the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. We already looked at verse number 1 and verse number 2. Verse number 1, Krishna introduces this is the greatest secret, and verse number 2, he says this secret is the highest secret of all, and it is the king of knowledge. So this week, today's verse, I find it's quite a stern verse, yes. Sometimes the teacher may tell us something that is very wonderful and inspiring and encouraging, but sometimes the teacher has to set out some boundaries to define, what's needed, what's necessary on the path. So today's verse, I'm going to sing the verse, and I'll sing each line a couple of times in case you would like to repeat it after me. Ashraddha Dana Purusha Ashraddha Dana Purusha Dharmasya Parantapa Dharmasya Parantapa Aprapyamam nivartante Aprapyamam nivartante Mrityu samsaravatmani Mrityu samsaravatmani. Translation. Those with no faith on this path do not attain me. They return to this world of birth and death. Ashraddhadhana. Shraddha is the word for faith, and it's connected to the heart, actually, Shraddha. To place something in my heart, or give my heart to something, is called Shraddha. Ashraddhadhana is the one who has not found that faith. Purusha, those persons without faith. Ashraddhadhana Purusha. Dharmasyasya. Dharmasyasya, this path of Dharma, and specifically this path which I am teaching, the path of devotion, essentially. Parantapa. Parantapa is a name for Arjuna. Literally, it means killer of enemies. So you could say that Krishna is just reminding Arjuna that, you know, you are good at killing your enemies, and Ashraddha, or which is in another word, it's doubt, is an enemy that must be slain. So Ashraddhadhana Purusha, Dharmasyasya Parantapa. Those who have no faith on this path, O Parantapa, O killer of enemies. Aprapyamam. Aprapyamam means they don't achieve me. So what becomes of them? Nivatante mrityu samsara. They return to this mrityu samsara, this endless cycle of death. Vartmani. Vartmani, Prabhupada says, means the path. So really, there are two paths which are being alluded to here. One is the path of devotion, which Krishna is teaching, and the other is the path of birth and death. So it's it's a stark statement Krishna is making. He's reminding us that if we wish to get out of this world of birth and death, then we must cultivate Shraddha, faith. And Prabhupada now has made some very specific statements here in his commentary. First of all, he says, faith is created by association with devotees. If the more I'm able to seek out those ones essentially who have faith, my own faith will be nourished and it will grow. And there may be times, you know, when my faith is somehow weakening, and especially at those times, if I'm able to get the company of somebody who has firm faith, or even just somebody else on the path who has some faith, we can bounce off each other and our faith can be restored, or it can increase. So that's the first thing Prabhupada says. Faith comes from association with devotees. And then the next thing he says is, yes, what is faith? Faith is the conviction that all I have to do is to serve Krishna. You know, nothing else is required. In this world, we have so many expectations laid upon us from childhood onwards, from our parents, from the world around us, and of course they start to embed themselves in our own heart, in our own mind, these expectations which I have of myself, which can sometimes be the most demanding expectations of all, the ones I place upon myself. And they're related mostly, to performing in the world. So Prabhupada is saying here that the definition of faith on the path of bhakti, the path of devotion, which is explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, is to believe that all I must do is to serve Krishna. That comes before everything else, and in one sense nothing else matters. Nothing else matters because if I devote myself to the service of Krishna, everything else will be looked after. I remember being very struck by something Prabhupada said when he arrived, first time he arrived here in England at Heathrow Airport. The journalists were there. There was a press conference Mukunda organised, and they were there to interview him. And one of the things he said to them, he said, these boys and girls, they have all good qualities because they are devoted to Krishna. So it's this sense that, whatever I may feel that the world is demanding of me in terms of performance and also in terms of my own character and behavior, that will be achieved if I just focus on the service of Krishna. And Prabhupada then, in his explanation, he cites a famous verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd Canto, which explains how by watering the root of the tree, the whole tree is nourished. I don't have to try, it would be fruitless, wouldn't it, to try to water the individual leaves. Find the root and give your attention to the root, and the whole tree will flourish. So if I give my attention to Krishna, I will find that all the other aspects of my life will be nourished, and they will be resolved. Any sort of conflicts or struggles which I may be having, and inevitably in this world we are having these struggles, they will all be addressed in time. It may not seem to happen instantly. That's the magic of the whole process of Krishna consciousness, of true bhakti yoga, is that because I'm placing my attention on giving my love to the source of all love, to the beloved, who dwells in my heart, as well as throughout creation, because I'm doing that, I'm healing everything. Love is the great healer. So I don't have to endeavour separately, just apply myself to the service of Krishna in whatever way I can. So this is Krishna's declaration, you could say his warning in a way, that if you don't have faith in me, then you're going to have to return to this mrityu samsara vartmani, this path of repeated birth and death. Now, this path of repeated birth and death is also part of, in the higher sense, it's part of Krishna's creation, it's his energies. And Krishna is also present here in the midst of this world. So even if, I find my faith is not as strong as perhaps I feel it needs to be, or whatever, I get distracted, essentially. I keep thinking there's other things I need to do other than to please Krishna. I'm still in this world, I'm still with Krishna. So the next verse we're going to look at, and we'll look at it next week. Krishna talks about his presence throughout creation. We are never ultimately separated from Krishna. So, ashradhanasya, the ones who lack this faith, ashradhanasya purusha. If sometimes a voice tells me, oh, I'm one of those, I don't have any faith in Krishna, that's okay, because Krishna is still with me, and Krishna will continue to help me always to nourish that faith. So let's end with repeating this verse, and then you might like to chant with me, chant with Maha Mantra for a couple of rounds. Ashradhanasya purusha, ashradhanasya purusha, dharmasya parantapa, dharmasya parantapa, aprapyamam nivatante, aprapyamam nivatante, mrityu samsara bhatmana, mrityu samsara bhatmana. Those persons who have no faith in me, or in this path of dharma, this path of devotion, they will not achieve me. They will have to return to this world of repeated birth and death, and continue their journey on this path until such time as their faith becomes strong. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama